All right, this is take number 2 for 4.5 cosine law because the first time you could barely hear my voice. I'm gonna try to speak up a little louder. Sorry if it starts getting kind of messed up with the breathing. There's two videos that I was gonna show you in class. Civil engineering, basically surveying, and surveying a life without limits. Surveying is one thing that uses triangles a lot to do some real life jobs and good paying jobs. So just for you to find out. Why do we have cosine law? Well, if I want to solve this triangle, for example, I don't have an opposite side and an opposite angle. Neither three of them work, so I can't actually use sine law to solve this. If I look at the book would talk about side angle side as being this case because I have the side, the angle, and the side. And that's one of the cases for using cosine law. So basically they said if you got SAA, SSA, and ASA, it's sine law, and SSS and SAS, it's cosine law. But that's very hard to remember. So we're going to use, do you have the opposite side and opposite angle? If yes, use sine law. If not, use cosine law. Much easier for us. So developing cosine law will appear on your PDF. Check that out, see how it goes, but I won't ask you to repeat it. This is what cosine law looks like. I have c squared equals a squared plus b squared. That's like Pythagorean theorem, except I have the minus 2ab cosine of c. What should we notice? That this opposite side and opposite angle are on opposite sides of the equation. That's very important for you to remember. Look, the other stuff inside is just the other two sides. But the angle in question will determine the side that goes at the end. So if we go back to the question or this one, let's see. We have that. I have this angle. So the opposite is this one. So that D is going to go on one end, and the other two sides are going to go here. 7 squared plus 12 squared minus 2, 7, and 12. Cosine of the angle, which in this case is 42, and I can barely fit it in. So notice that there are three terms in this equation. I got one term, two terms, and a whole term over here. This is nice when I'm looking for a side because I can just plug it in my calculator in one step. It will know how to do BEDMAS, so it will be fine. And the answer for that should be 68.18. Now that is d squared. So when I take the square over, it becomes the square root. And when I do the square root of that, it's 8.26 meters. I'm sure you're not going to have any trouble figuring out how to do that part. But when looking for an angle, and there's my opposite, so if this is the angle that I'm looking for, and I don't have an opposite side, opposite angle, and I need to use cosine law, I'm going to have to start with the side that's across from my angle. Then the other two sides go there. 50 squared plus 119 squared minus 2, 50, 119, cosine of, in this case, is f, because that's what they're saying. Okay, notice again, this is where you have to be careful. I do have three terms. You're gonna have a tendency to put these three guys together, and that's wrong because these three guys are multiplying cosine of f. So to solve for this, I'm gonna move these two guys over. So I'm gonna have 90 squared minus 50 squared minus 119 squared. This three guys go to the other side dividing. So it's a minus 2. Don't forget the minus and make a big difference. 50 and 190. Now you can plug it in your calculator, and that will give you the cosine of f, not f. So you can just get a ratio that's between 1 and minus 1. And if you're going to be putting this all in one spot, in one shot, I would add brackets just to make sure that it stays in the right order. But when you get this and you get your number, your ratio, you need to do inverse cosine, and that should give you an answer of rounded to 44 degrees. Make sure that you can get that number before you go on. So a couple of examples here that we'll not go into cover, but I will leave the answers on the PDF that follows. The car and the van leave at Y intersection, has an angle of 35. The car drives at a speed and blah 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 after 30 minutes. So go something like this. So it's 35 degrees, and after a while, how far are they? Well, if it's going at 110 kilometers for a full hour, in half an hour it's going to be half of that, 55. And the same thing for the 95. So make sure they use the right numbers. The next example that's on the PDF also, it's a much more complicated one. The Luke Skywalker, we have this thing. So you got to create a triangle and then start to figure out how to place it. The answer is on the PDF, but try to do it on your own because this is kind of the one that's going to mess you up on a quiz or on a test. So try that. Here are all the formulas all together. And now we have that when it's a non-right angle triangle, we ask the question, opposite side, yes, then I have sine law. If the opposite side, opposite angle are not existent, then I use cosine law. So it's the last case. And here's the little joke that I created for you. Do you like coleslaw? Mostly with barbecue chicken. I'm not sure if you got that one. Practice questions are right here for you guys to try at in school. And then here's a just for last video that I would have shown you in class too. It's a pretty funny one. They're tricking people with surveying material. So that's it for today. And no, I did it in 2 minutes faster than last time. Good for you.